to Tsara-Grad, a planet soon to be embroiled by an all-out war between the Imperium and the Orc marauders. Last week, where we left off, the Imperial forces had withstood a vicious Orc assault against the overnight holdings at the ruined farmhouse. Now they gather their strength and prepare to push onward towards a major Orc outpost in the region. With the Battle Brothers now fully linked up with the vast majority of their strike force in the area, and with Commander Panther taking point, the Marine forces in the battle sector would be going up against strong Orc resistance as they prepare to clear out the first of the many Orc holdings in the battle zone. They'd be supported by a heavy attack APC as well as several supporting squads of infantry, but they'd be going up against a well-entrenched and dug-in Orc force. Kicking things off, the Marines' attack APC rumbled forward towards an Orc-occupied bunker. Pivoting hard, it raised its laser cannons and delivered a devastating shot, completely eviscerating 3 of their number under the barrage of their heavy shots.
Scratch another green skin off our target parameters.
The tank then pivots and unleashes a barrage of its heavy machine guns, which clattered apart against the scrap heaps in front of it, gunning down a further Orc.
Take cover, lads!
The Orcs in the second bunker, seeing the threat of the APC, pivot their bolt guns and unleash a hailstorm of gunfire against the tank. As bullets rattle around its chassis, none fail to penetrate the armor. Squad Dante then advances and provides suppressing fire against the Orcs back in the second bunker, killing 3 of their number, yet doing little else to the squad. The Orcs then in the first bunker reposition and take up a firing lines up against the APC, unloading a heavy barrage of bolter rounds, managing to inflict a single wound against the Imperial machine. The support missile squad of the Space Marines advance forward and unleash a barrage of missiles which blast apart all of the Orc veterans, taking cover behind the first of the rubble barricades. Just behind them, another squad of Orc veterans move up and unleash a torrent of heavy machine gun shots, which managed to clang harmlessly off the APC's outer armor.
Oh, take this, Obi scum! I'll cut that can open with my heavy bolter, I will!
Commander Panther's men choose to hold their position within the APC, whilst the Orcs upon the barricade building also do the same. Another squad of Orc veterans rush out from behind the leftmost barricade and take up position alongside their brothers-in-arms and await the Marines' push into the stronghold proper. As turn 1 comes to an end, the Marines have made great gains as they push forward into the Orc stronghold, and despite the heavy casualties on the side of the Orcs, their troops are still in a formidable position and make themselves ready to fend off further attacks. The Battle Brothers APC then repositions just alongside the first bunker complex as it lines up a heavy cannon shot with its forward laser batteries against the Orc veterans taking cover behind the barricades. However, the shots miss and clang harmlessly into the crude defenses before them. Squad Dante then comes under immediate gunfire from the Orcs in the second bunker complex, which manages to fell 2 of the venerable Marines in the process. Now that they are in position, the ramp towards the rear of the APC crashes to the ground, and as Commander Panther steps forward, he leads a forward charge of his men into the first Orc-occupied bunker. In the desperate clash of melee, his power sword crackles violently as he cleaves apart many Orcs personally, as his squad then piles in, driving home power fist and bayonet thrusts into the Orcs defending the complex. What little survivors there are wildly swing back, however, his chopper blow isn't enough to overcome the Marines, and he is promptly crumped to death by the assault force, leaving the first bunker in Imperial hands.
Check your weapons and ammunition, Ben. Those Orcs will be back, and in greater numbers.
The Orc veteran squad just behind the barricade next to the first bunker open fire everything they have, managing to overcome the armor and several of the Marines, gunning down 4 of their number in quick succession. However, it is not enough to shake the squad, and the Marines stand fast, ready to fight back against the Orcs in due process. The support squad rushes forward, taking cover to the left of the APC, behind the scrap barricade. However, the Orc veterans in front of them open fire, gunning down 2 of the Marines immediately, and forcing the last of them to become shaken Squad Dante, wasting no time, uses this distraction to advance towards the Orc's second bunker, unleashing a deluge of heavy flamer attacks as well as an overwhelming barrage of bolter round, which managed to slaughter all but 2 of the Orcs. However, these stalwart survivors are no match for the gunfire of the Imperium and promptly lose their nerve and become shaken. The heavy machine gun on top of the barracks building takes aim at the APC and manages to deliver 2 hits through the front armor, forcing the vehicle down onto 9 wounds, thus bringing turn 2 to a bloody conclusion. With the Marines now firmly in control of the first bunker complex and have whittled down enemy opposition in the second, they can finally begin moving forward and clearing out the central ruins. Commander Panther issues out a heroic war cry and charges headlong into the Orc veterans scrap barricades. As his men clash bitterly with these Orc monsters, they manage to cut down 3 immediately, and with the veterans fighting back wildly, they're able to cut down one of the Marines, but promptly fail their morale test.
Oh, Morg, help us, we're no match for these Space Marines.
With a thundering crackle, Commander Panther's power sword cleaves one in twain, and a Marine with a power fist smashes another skull in. Desperate to prevent the Marines from reaching the barracks building, last of the forward Orc veteran units reposition just in front of Commander Panther's men, unleashing a deluge of heavy bolter fire, ripping apart 2 of his forces, yet this veteran captain and his unit is unfazed by the Orc onslaught. The attack APC then pivots, unleashing a heavy barrage of its laser cannons directly into the Orcs in the second bunker, with its twin laser shots absolutely annihilating the last survivors. It then turns on its heel and pivots with its heavy machine gun, managing to gun down a single Orc veteran with its heavy bolter shots.
Take cover, boys, the big blue tank is shooting at us.
Squad Dante then moves in to support the forward assault. Taking up their offensive position, they unleash a devastating hailstorm with heavy flamer shots and bolter rounds straight into the last of the Orc veterans out in the open, annihilating them without any contest. Seeing their position will shortly be overrun, the Orcs in the barracks building unleash a last Hail Mary of gunfire at Commander Panther's men, bringing the commander himself down to a single wound as he stands there defiantly bellowing a challenge to the Orcs that stand before him. And thus this brings us to the end of turn 3. With the Space Marine forces closing in on their final objectives, the Orcs can do little but prepare themselves to flee into the surrounding woodland and raise the alarm at the next Orc stronghold. Turn 4 dawns, and with no possible hope of victory, the Orcs holding the barracks building promptly do just that and flee off into the woods. Now Commander Panther and Commander Dante take stock on what forces they have left after this heavy engagement and plan forward their path into the next leagues of the war. Their forces have taken heavy casualties, and despite a hefty chunk of their forces still remaining and additional drop sites scattered across the surrounding area, they quickly put the rest of the Orc stronghold at Dunuri to the torch, with large black pillars of smoke reaching high up into the sky. They all knew that a significant war host would be waiting for them at the Orc stronghold of Ord-i-Runel. Join us next week as the Marines continue their advance towards this position and continue to link up with additional Imperial forces in the surrounding countryside, yet they would be expecting to meet ferocious Orc resistance, and if their intelligence is correct, a minor Orc war boss as well. If they can slay this monster, hopefully they'll be able to clear the groundwork for additional reinforcements to arrive in the coming weeks.